Hello, everyone. I'm Jacqueline Scott. This is AEP 855, and this is my Module 1 video introduction. I'm going to start by talking about my family. I have two kids. My oldest is 6 years old. His name is Lucas, and my daughter's 2 years old, and her name's Lillian. So I apologize for the lighting. Hopefully it's bright enough, but I do my work at night because it's when I have no interruptions. I played basketball and I graduated from Miami University in Ohio. After I graduated, I went to a district in Indiana and taught 7th grade reading and language arts for 2 years. And while I was there, I coached high school girls basketball. After I taught and coached for 2 years, my husband and I moved out to Colorado to be closer to his family since he grew up in Boulder, Colorado. I currently teach at Trail Ridge Middle School in Longmont, Colorado, and that is St. Vrain Valley School District. It's a really big district. It's, I believe, the 7th biggest district in Colorado. And I teach 6th grade language arts. It's my 3rd year at Trail Ridge. I have taught 9 years in Colorado, and this is overall my 11th year of teaching. I was a head high school girls basketball coach at Weld Central. And then once I had my son, I started coaching middle school, and then I had my daughter, and now I'm coaching just my son's recreational basketball and soccer leagues. This is Chapter 1 review. Number 1, why did politics influence schools but did not necessarily move school leaders to take action based on politics? And politics were avoided for professional survival for educators and teachers. Teachers were pressured to vote a certain way, and board members were pressuring educators and teachers to register with a specific political party, and they would want them to vote to elect or re-elect certain board members, and even sometimes wanted teachers to attend certain churches. Number 2, why did standards focus on outcomes and seemingly split the work and skills of a profession from the knowledge and wisdom of that profession? There's a lack of necessary resources, especially for all the different student needs. And there's a lot of influences and pressures from various adults, agencies, and policies. And at the same time, there's external issues. It could be anything from natural disasters. And so a lot of teachers and school leaders at times feel like, how are these kids learning anything? And so school leaders need to be able to have a mindset where they want to share the power and not have just a power mindset that they want to do everything themselves. They need to share and distribute that power, and they will be more successful. Number 3, why the standards evolved to explicitly call for school leaders' direct action. Empower leaders to speak for their students and school needs. They really need to feel like they can do that. And they need to have civic and professional voices. They need to be active participants in their political context so that they are making sure they're meeting the school community's needs. Number 4, why school leaders must become political activists on behalf of students and their families. They must understand the social, economic, and cultural issues that influence schools. School leaders use their standards-based preparation to help students be successful despite their social, economic, and cultural situations, even though it can be extremely difficult. And leaders must understand what the strengths and weaknesses are of their school community, so they're making sure their school is getting what they need. Number 5, why do politics surrounding educational policies provide the strongest connection between what school leaders feel and do and their abilities to strategically think about how to handle it all? They need to adopt professional and civic agendas to promote student success. They need to listen to all necessary stakeholders and make decisions based on the needs of the students in the school community. They need to follow policy and procedures. So they need to be taking adequate notes and documentation and making sure that they are aligned with local, state, and federal law. How do politics influence my decision-making? processes. I keep a neutral political stance in my classroom, even though that can be difficult at times. And I don't reflect my beliefs on my impressionable sixth grade students because they're ready to listen to what I have to say, and I don't want to put just what I believe and I value onto them. So instead, when they ask me questions, I answer with questions that stimulate students to reflect on themselves and their own beliefs. And I utilize current event opportunities for students to learn more about our world and the events taking place, as well as the causes for these various situations. What will help improve my current educational leadership decisions that are politically driven in order to improve student achievement and support school improvement? Teacher voice matters, that's what I believe in. I wear red for ed. We did that throughout last year when Denver public schools were basically, they had a walkout because they needed more funding for their school. So we were just supporting them. I believe in pro-education legislation and funding. So I don't actually do this, but this is something I want to do, is participate in lobby days, meet elected officials, and provide my expert guidance for sound pro-public education policy. Our district really encourages this, and it's not something I've done, but I would like to do more of, or do it. And I believe in creating a system that enhances reasonable caseloads for educators that serve the needs of our students. So thank you for listening, and have a good evening.